The God of small things, the God of small beginnings, the complex simplicity of the ways of God. God works mysteriously and quietly. He's always behind the stage, never center stage. He always operates under the radar, quietly. As C.S. Lewis says, he entered human history quietly. In a forgotten corner of the Roman Empire. So to speak, sneaking behind the enemy lines. He preferred a cowshed to a palace. Mysterious ways of God. Dear friends, if you are a worrier who worries so much about your life, about the word, about the church, about the war, about conflict, this gospel is for you. If you worry too much about anything and everything, listen to this gospel. The Lord says, what you can do or what you should do is very little. The rest is none of your business. The farmer sows a seed and he goes to bed. That's all. That's all enough. He can't do anything more. He has sown the seed to the soil and he goes to bed and he sleeps. The rest of the work is not in his hands. Very little, and that's all he can do. The rest is not in his hands. From there, the Lord takes over. Keep your hands away. A child is conceived. For 9 months, the mother carries the baby, but the mother hasn't got much to do, or the father hasn't got anything to do. From 1 cell to 30 trillion cells. From 1 to 30 trillion cells. And every cell, 10,000 functions going on. In one human cell, 10,000 chemical functions going on. What a marvelous world. Your bodies, your brain, your mind. But this baby in a mother's womb, 9 months, God is busy at work, behind the scenes. The parents don't see anything at all. 9 months? Oh, long. Yeah, it's long. A labor of love. God's labor of love. And you have nothing to do with it. The beginning, you were there, but then stand back. Go to bed, sleep well. It is not in your hands. Life is not in your hands. Realize that truth deeply. Life is not entirely in your hands. You haven't got much control. Even if you are in the best of health, with all the biceps, still you are not in control. You can go to the gym and develop your muscles and have the best food, the superfood, take care of the best, but still life is not in your hands. What about the world we live in? The country or the world or the church? Oh, nothing. It's not in your hands. So why should you worry too much about yourself, about the church, about the world, about the government, about the world? Oh, why should you worry too much? As if you are in control. If you are a worrier, it means only one thing, that you think your life is all about yourself. That you can decide, you can calculate, and you can do the action, and everything is going to be fine. No. Your life is not about yourself, because your life is not your project. You didn't decide to be born on this earth. You didn't decide to be born to your parent. No, you had no choice. So it is not your project. God, in His love and wisdom, made you the way you are. And boom, and one day you were born on this earth. And things you can do, very little. But there are things, of course, which you can do or should do, but they can realize things are not in my hand. If you are a worrier, I would say it again, get out of yourself. Take the focus away from yourself and to the world outside. Look at the universe around you. Look at the sky. Look at the stars if the night sky is clear. A wonderful world outside. Is anybody in charge? Are you in charge? For all these galaxies and the stars all in motion with the perfect rhythm. They don't collide or there's no confusion. Everything at the right timing, all perfect. This year spinning at over 1,000 miles an hour. Oh, it's spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. And this earth is rotating the sun at 67,000 miles an hour. What a speed! Are you worried? Are you worried? Do you think you are in charge? No, you are not. But everything is going so perfectly well. All going so perfectly well because under God's providence. On this tiny planet, there'll be always conflicts, tensions, war, hatred, human beings with the free will. You can do evil, get things wrong. May I say this too? You are well qualified to make a mess of everything. You are well qualified, highly qualified to make a mess of everything if you think you are in control. That is what is wrong with the world today. People think your life is your own. Whatever you think right is right. It's your life. No wonder things are going wrong. Snatching control from God, occupying the chair of God. Leave God to be God. Don't ever take His chair. Then you will find everything will be going well. Dear friends, realize this too. God is at work in everyone's life. He is behind everything happening on this earth. You may not see it, and you may not be able to understand it. All you have to believe is God is at work. in everything and in everyone. That's why don't worry too much about your own life or about your own children. Do you think they are your children? Think again. They are not your children. They were given as gifts to you one day, and always thank the Lord for them. But tell yourself, these are God's children. Hence you have a responsibility as well. God's children, handled with the care and a prayer. Handled with the care and a prayer. Oh, this wonderful gift. Always handled with the care and a prayer, because God gave them to me. So always be full of gratitude, but don't worry too much about them. You can't do much about what they are going to be. Do the best to that you can, but leave the rest to God. Don't worry too much about them. As a parent, you will naturally worry, but then again, don't worry too much about them. Leave it to God. Again, your future, leave it to God. Do what you can, but the rest, leave it to God. I would like you to all sleep well every night, knowing that I am sleeping. I am sleeping in peace, knowing that my God is holding me and this whole universe, all the stars, all the galaxies, that country, this government, all the tiny Caesars on this planet, all the tiny Caesars on everything. He's holding everyone in his hand, so I can sleep well. As St. Julian of Norwich said, all will be well, all will be well, all manners of life will be well, because God is in control.